Round two. So I did the last stream on LinkedIn and I realized a lot of people just heard my voice. So I realized, like, because I'm testing out new tools, that it's important to just get better one step at a time. And what I did with this particular tool, I'm just going to do the stream and then I'll go share the recording as well. But if it doesn't work out, it's okay. I'm going to share the YouTube link afterwards. But welcome to my stream. My name is String and I do weekly String live shows. Every week is one theory, one thought, and today's thought is relevance. So where are you watching from? Are you watching from Australia, America? Tell me your town and tell me if you like fried chicken or not. So if this is your first time watching I should say, then keep tuning in because I'm going to tell you a secret for engagement. How can you get more engagement on your LinkedIn posts? So if you don't know who I am, my name is String. I'm a 3 times top voice on LinkedIn, meaning that I'm recognized as the top 300 creator worldwide. And also I've been able to leverage LinkedIn to stay relevant, showcase my skill sets, and also despite everything that's happening right now, win clients as well. And it's because I have a particular superpower or skill set that I think anyone could do and build. And if you're an expert, it's something that you could do and upskill as well. So listen to this if you want to know more about relevance. But the first question I'd like to give to the audience, to you, is what does relevance mean to you? Like, how are you relevant today? And I find that the word relevance can mean many things, but I'm going to be talking about relevance in terms of job, skill sets, marketability. And I actually think that with coronavirus, COVID-19, the pandemic, it's resetting everything that we know. We're all in lockdown right now. We're working at home. And I think we're all freaking out. It's like our jobs, our marketability, ourselves, like what we do is like being jeopardized and on the line right now. And I actually think that if we looked at the numbers right now, like apparently 22 million Americans have lost their jobs in the last 4 weeks. 22 million in 4 weeks. That's crazy. And I think that's because with COVID-19, a lot of companies are not ready for online businesses because we're so reliant on physical businesses or being just into the office together. And people are freaking out because they realize that the companies or the way that their business is structured, it's not suited for online business. And I actually think what's happening right now is introducing the world to online work, remote work, working from home. But I've been talking to parents and my friends who are parents. They're adjusting because their kids are working at home. You're wondering, how do kids maintain attention span from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's kind of crazy that they're expected to learn and work, but they have no time for play or just having break. And in many ways, education systems has taught us to be workers than thinkers or doers. And we don't have time to have time for ourselves or understand our relevance in terms of our key values. What are we meant to do in things that we don't have work? Why is our identity so entwined to our jobs? In many ways, because jobs is an exchange, right? Our skill set is an exchange for the expertise that they need for people to have some kind of outcome. So in many ways, remote work is the same thinking. How can we leverage your expertise or our expertise for the exchange, for some kind of income? So that's why freelancers do so well, because freelancers are able to adapt into this environment because they have to work from home, they have to level up, they have to do skill sets. And if this stream happens to go down and under, let me know if it goes black, if there's audio things. One of the things that I learned while creating content and doing new things at the same time is that we have to restart. And but I always say that it's not about perfection, it's about progress. And every time that I do something new or create a new content, I just want to make sure that that piece of content does one thing better than my last. And that's how I always seem to improve and adapt into this environment. So you probably want to know, what jobs are the future, or what skill sets is considered super relevant now and in the future. And for everyone who's tuning in, have you read the World Economics Forum paper, Jobs of Tomorrow? That's a good read for anyone who's thinking about if they need to transition to a new skill set, transition to a new job. I feel like it's a worthwhile read. It's not really heavily dense. It's just something to think about. It's like, how can my skill sets be more relevant today, and make sure that you're making yourself available. The top in the list of the lines of skill sets is data scientists, or data mining, or data work. And the next skill set that I thought was super interesting, which I happen to fit into, is like social media and digital marketing. And I think even though I feel like data scientists, or being a data scientist, is super niche and specialized, because you need to know mathematics. And even though I'm Asian, I'm terrible at maths. If anything, I love to read, I love to create. I'm a storyteller, I'm a creative, I'm a content creator. And I think experts have all these knowledge in their heads. Like, you guys have all these knowledge in your heads. Like, are you creating content to communicate your expertise and your knowledge? Like, what are you doing inside of here? How are you all the input of all the knowledge that you consumed? What are you doing to share and show your skill sets, or share in ways that you could monetize your knowledge? And a lot of times I feel like a lot of people don't do that properly, because they just create for other people, but they don't create for themselves in a way that that shows your expertise and your skill sets. But there are other benefits as well from just creating, and these benefits could be just you communicating your value. It's just basic communication skills. Content creation is you communicating your thoughts about the world, about the industry, about things. So that's why I love content creation, because it's just me sharing knowledge about what I learned in live streaming, and how I could stuff up, and what you can do to avoid these mishaps. What can you do to convey your USP, even just basic stuff like telling your story, how did you get started. Whatever, I find that people, one of the most common questions that everyone asks me is how did you get started, or how did you become a content creator full-time, or how did I get into startups. So all these stories are things that people resonate and find relevant, because people could learn from your lessons and avoid what took you 10 years. They could maybe do it in 2 years. So that's the kind of thing that I love about content creation, because even though other people are doing the same topics as you, your point of view is still unique. And that's something worth doing. But just don't do one blog post or one video. It's in this day and age, it's actually, if you want to be top of mind and want to be paid for your expertise and knowledge, it's actually doing content stream of thoughts or creation of content, so that you be relevant and be top of people's mind. And a lot of I had this one epic conversation where someone asked, String, but I don't want to give my content away for free, that's my IP. It's actually top in terms of marketing. It's giving all your knowledge. It's not about giving all your knowledge, it's showcasing what you know and showcasing your expertise, and doing it in a way that's I want to work with that person. I want to work with String, because String knows about personal branding, about how to leverage LinkedIn to collect and do lead generation. So I just do inbound, right? So you could do that as well, where you create content on LinkedIn, because there are 650 million professionals here who are shit at content creation, by the way. Meaning that, what if you upskill and connect your expertise to content creation, you become a valuable asset for your own business, for yourself, and for other businesses as well, because they want that expertise to be harnessed and attract other clients and prospects as well. So why not use that for yourself? If you're a job seeker, why not showcase your expertise through content, or well-written pieces, or well-thoughtful pieces that showcase your personality, your expertise, your value prop, and everything that you need to do to show that, hey, I know my shit. That's something worth cultivating. And considering we're all in COVID, coronavirus, a pandemic kind of thing, why not use this time to upskill and become relevant? And I think it's really important because I do feel like there's something inherently beautiful that's happening right now. One, it's giving you more time to align with yourself and rethink. Like if you lost your job and connected it with so much with your identity, it's like, is that the right job for you? It's like, am I aligning my life and purpose to what I'm doing, or am I really happy with the current situation? Probably not, but what can I do now to be relevant and showcase my skill sets? Because when it comes to post COVID-19, you could go be competing with a lot of people for the same job. The supply and demand is out there, but the demand for it is going to be tremendous that you have to make sure that you're cream of the crop, right? And content creation could be that, because social media and content creation is super expensive if you outsource it, but if you could do it internally, whether like creating podcast series for the company or developing blogs on a regular basis, one, it's going to be like you branding yourself, but also branding and attracting prospects for your company as well. So I do feel like content creation is a worthwhile skill set that you could build your confidence in, you could show your expertise, you could build your branding. There's so many reasons that you can benefit from just developing content creations and monetizing your expertise and knowledge as well. And once you have you showed that you could use this skill set as part of different businesses, whether it be yours, your own, or someone else's, they're probably going to be likely to say, wow, I love to work with this person because they know how to create content as well as being an expert in that field and industry. So what are your thoughts about that? Have you thought about creating content, or do you have years of knowledge? Maybe there's something that as well that you could consider with all the things that's happening on the internet right now. You could pretty much create an ebook by using Gumroad, which is super simple. You don't need to be tech savvy or a digital marketer to sell your first digital product. You could just use Google Docs, create the content and knowledge that you have to have and share that. But it has to be something that people in your industry or someone in your market wants to buy. But sell that and put it on Gumroads. Gumroads is takes a bit of a cut and gets paid after 30 days, but it's super easy to do. You just need to create a landing page, upload the digital product, whether it be an ebook, course, a video, something that people could remember. It's all about exchange, right? People will buy something if they get an exchange of something that could help them upskill. And digital marketing is one thing, but whatever expertise you have, you could turn it into an ebook and sell it. That's the first digital product you could create. Or if you think about courses take a long time, but an ebook is simple and easy for you to do, and probably could smash it out in a week and upload. But it's a way of you understanding the process of creating a digital product and understanding how to market as well. So I always say whatever you learn or whatever you want to skill sets, part of content creation is doing the shit, doing the work and learning and testing and experimenting. So this is the time to experiment right now. Saying that, people are probably tuning in to understand, how do I string? You want to mention your secret on how to create super engaging content. When I post something, I always get no engagement, no one commenting onto it, no one reading my posts. That's because when you do one, you expect the world to come to you and create and engage with your content. But it doesn't work that way. Social media, even though, for example, typically most people have 1,000 connections, right? Not all of that 1,000 first connections go be hanging out at that same time. When if you post at 9 a.m, do you really think that every person on that list, the 1,000 people that you connected with, is going to be there at 9 a.m. reading your posts? That's not how social media works. That's not how the world works. Not everyone's going to be on LinkedIn at 9 a.m. So when you upload, right, what happens is when you upload and you expect engagement, and when people comment onto it, it has a ripple effect. So it allows you to extend that longevity of that post, because it has a bit of a ripple effect. That's what network is. Like, you have one person connecting to another person, that person engages with that person, and it goes through a bit of a network effect. That's what social media is. That's what social network is. It's called a network for a reason. So a lot of people don't understand that logic or that reasoning of networking. But when you have one person commenting and you comment back, it goes back on top of the feed again. So how do we make sure that you're within the first hour you get that engagement? You could tag people. You can tag me, for example. I'm happy to engage your post, but I'm going to tell you how to engage authentically and with sincerity as well. Because one of the things I notice a lot of people do is that just tag like crazy or mass tag, expecting those influencers to respond authentically. That's just really not a way to do it. What the best way for you to do it is you tag me, but I want you to have a conversation with me about your post. Like string, like, this is a post about topic. What are your thoughts on it? And then I feel like I want to engage with that. You don't want to like mass tag. Another way to engage or make people engage is if you think this post is relevant to anyone in your industry, just politely message them. It's like, hey Jim, I think this post is super relevant to you right now. Just thought of you and I'd like to share it with it. And don't ask them to like or comment or anything. Just share that. At least they read it. But what you need to do is like, don't stop with one post. You have to keep posting and posting on a regular basis. I did an experiment where what I realized is like, there's a reason why you could get 10,000 or 100,000 views. It's because that person posts 10 times to get 1,000 each to get 10,000 views. So that's how you get the volume game. People talk about, or a lot of like experts who are not content creators, by the way, or marketers, they say it's all about quality trumps quantity. But on the world of social media, it's all about quantity, because that's how you get on top of people's feed, on top of people's mind, and then you get engagement as well. So when you become a channel or a trusted voice in your field or industry, people go come to you to learn more about that topic or how to be relevant in that topic. So instead of you consuming their content, why not like you create the content that other people in the industry wants to consume? And when they consume that, it's like, I need to hire this person. They know their shit. And I think what's really important is that when you create relevant content within your industry, it reinforces your expertise and your branding. But don't worry about perfection. Just make it relevant. Relevant in terms of what's happening inside the current environment and settings right now. Because, COVID-19 is something that people are talking about. Like, I'm talking about it right now. But I want to help others become more relevant in this particular time, because everyone's online more than ever. And I feel like by creating these streams, which is my weekly streams, I'm contributing to that conversation, but I feel like I'm restarting as well. So this is actually a perfect timing for me to share knowledge, help you out, and learn how to be relevant in this particular time by helping you to focus on how to market yourself better, how to create better content, how to leverage your expertise and make money. And I think it's okay to make money. We have this weird relationship where we're not allowed to make money, but we all need to survive. So it's just doing it in a way that's super authentic to you and your values. So some things that I want you to realize is that it's not about creating perfect or high quality content. It's the first 3 months when you start creating content, you need to vomit out all these ideas and thoughts and collect all the data points that you need so you could understand your voice, your style, who your audience is. And sometimes it's just what I call the vomit stage needs to happen, because you need to declutter what you have to say and think about it and understand what's going on. And I think, don't be too harsh. It's going to be super scary to just share your thoughts. But you have these conversations all the time during coffee chats with your friends or your peers. Just think of creating content for that one person that you're having coffee with and you're sharing thoughts about. Share that one thought with your consulting or your client. Think about that one person that you want to provide value, and that's how you scale out. Don't think about the new eyeballs or the new audiences or the new people. Just keep it simple. And every time you post something, improve on it the next time, whether it be a video and whether it be a post, whether it be LinkedIn profile or LinkedIn article, just improve on the next one and make sure that you get other people to engage with it as well. Strategically, you can't expect people to see your post and expect people to engage with it. Sometimes you have to strategically make people comment on it. And that's probably my secret technique for you today, is that get a friend to comment on your post. That's how I started out when I first did it 4 or 5 years ago. I just got my friends to give me feedback about how to improve. And I did, because I almost failed English when I was younger, and I really didn't like writing, but I feel like writing is an important skill set to develop. So what I did was I kept on writing and write more and write 100 times more, but also like gave friends to read who loved to read my stuff, and they always gave me feedback, and if they didn't like it, they told me too. It's like they didn't make sense. So I always strive for excellence, and you should as well. It's all about improving on that last post or the last piece of content as well. Again, so this particular stream is all about relevance, and relevance is all about how do you make sure that your skill sets is worthwhile in not this current market, but in the upcoming market that's happening right now, the post-COVID-19 market, because everyone's going to be looking for worthwhile people to bring into the company. So instead of like having a specialty, if you had an expertise in something and you happen to be a content creator or a digital marketer on the side, I feel like that's something that people would like, oh, I want to work with that person and hire that person as well. So if you streamed all the way to the end, and I appreciate you for like coming in and having engagement. I know about live streams is all about having those conversations, but LinkedIn is still very beta right now. It's because it's beta in the way that I can't see conversations or comments. So I'm going to follow up in all the comments below. But if you want, I have a awesome free Facebook community where we talk about how to better market yourself, how to build and create better content. And all you have to do is type the trusted voice on Facebook and join. And I look forward to doing another stream with you, because this is a weekly thing, and my last stream went black, but people still message me because I think the word relevant or relevance means something to you and that person as well. So my inbox is also open, because I understand that today, tomorrow, during COVID, it's going to be a shit show. But it's okay. We're going to go through this all together and understand that you have something in you. If you consider and take the time, your expertise is worthwhile. How do you leverage it right now? How can you be relevant right now and post-COVID-19? My name is String, and welcome to the future. Every week, it's one theory, one thought. Today was about relevance. What will next week be? I don't know, but tune in for that, because every week is going to be about something that could help you develop and market yourself better. But I'm looking forward to like communicating better through my live streams as well, because I don't like editing. Or I do, but I think live streams are a different skill set. Probably the hardest one as well. So I look forward to like coming in, learning more about you.